I've just returned from a great trip to the Swains with the guys from Uralla Fishing Club. Great lot of guys. We fished on the Kanimbla, which is a large cat. It's probably the most comfortable boat I've ever been to the Swains on. Now, as soon as you put the anchor down, or as soon as they put the anchor down, you start to see animals appearing. So you see lots of these guys. And some very large trevally. Now from surface it's a bit hard to see them clearly. So what I've done is I've put down my baited remote underwater video. Now what I've done here is I've got a whole shark mackerel that I've cut in half and put onto the frame just to see what turns up. Pretty soon it's obvious that there's lots of sharks down there. But it's not only sharks. Okay, first customer. Now just watch how this guy feeds. He moves his head back and forth to sense the bait, and he's got company. Now I don't know what the other shark's trying to do, whether he's trying to nudge him out of the road or what's going on. But I think he also smells the bait and trying to get a share. Okay, he's got a hold of it. And now it's a tug of war between him and me. These things absolutely destroyed my clips, my bait clips. This one is a tawny shark. Now tawny sharks don't have teeth as such. They have hard bony plates. And what you see when they're feeding is they try and crush the bait and then swallow it. Next fish to turn up was juvenile red emperor. These guys are always very photogenic. Unfortunately for him, all the bait's gone by this stage. The tawny sharks have pinched a lot. You can see them still cruising in the background. So a new set of frames, fish frames, and down we go. The little fish you see there are fusiliers. There's two sorts. There's a yellowtail fusilier and the more common ones with the black tip on their tail. There's another sort of shark on the bottom. those white tip reef sharks. But here we are with our tawny reef sharks again. These guys are up to 3 metres long. Here he is back again. You'll see him move his head backwards and forwards. You'll see underneath his nose he has a set of barbels, little fleshy protrusions that full of sense organs for smell. And he's also got some freeloading hitchhikers, remora, suckerfish. They hang around waiting to see if there's any leftovers. I don't know how many tawny sharks there are there, but there's a few. There's our red emperor again. That's a white tip reef shark. Let's come in to have a look. I've put a previous video up about sharks. Most of the normal type of sharks, other than these tawny sharks, the electric current produced within the camera seems to put them off and stop them feeding, but not the tawny sharks. See, there's a couple of other fish coming in there, and there's the white tip again. You can just see Kanimbla at the top. Okay, another frame down. There's our red emperor, and not surprisingly, another tawny shark. Once again, you can see him crushing the bait in my bait clip with those bony plates that he has. No more bait left. These two coming in are white tip reef sharks and a giant trevally. You would have seen another shark just up in the top as well, and this is him now. This is a grey reef shark. They're a fast moving species, often responsible for taking fish. They've been hooked. There's our white tip. It wasn't all about sharks. There were some other species there. One in particular was the giant trevally. Now, they just appeared fairly quickly as soon as I put the frame in, but they didn't actually feed. You can see here's an example. Heavy tail scoots on the back, heavy bony plates on there just before their tail to strengthen their tail. Also very sharp, very difficult to grab hold of. Quite a number of these underneath the Kanimbla. Now, I'm not sure what they're doing. They weren't feeding on the frames, the fish frames, but they're obviously showing interest. Now, I suspect it could have been that they were looking at the fusiliers, which is one of their primary food sources. It could have been just all the activity that was going on, which was attracting them in. There's some pretty large fish amongst them. Here's one underneath Kanimbla. Glimpses of another fish as well. You can just see him here towards the bottom, in amongst all the clouds of silt. coming into frame now. This is a Chinaman fish. Just coming in from the top shortly. Here he comes. These are quite large fish, and they're totally protected. They're protected because they are very susceptible to having ciguatera toxin within their flesh, so it's certainly unsafe to eat these guys. It's a totally banned species. You're not allowed to catch them. If you catch them, you let them go. Above water, that's what they look like. They're quite a bright red. Underwater, the red colour is washed out, and they look quite different. In the next video, I'll get the giant trevally to feed and also have a look at some different species. Thanks for watching.